Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, thank you so much to Bwana Muhammad for introducing me in such a nice way. Inshallah, I'm just going to get straight to the point. The piece that I'll be performing for all of you today, I named it Pearl Warriors. I wrote this piece because I've heard a lot of poetry, a lot of stories about the Sahaba, the male companions of the Prophet. And they're all incredible examples to follow, mashallah. And I think everybody should look up to them as an example of how to live their life. However, as a girl, I felt that I always wanted to see or hear more about the accomplishments and the characters of the Sahabiyat, so the female companions of the Prophet. I wanted to write this piece for all the young women living as Muslims in this Western society, to give them support and comfort in the knowledge that the women of the past were still very similar to us and we can still look up to them. I also want to dedicate this piece to a woman in my life who passed away recently. She had a beautiful soul, and I wish that everyone in this room got to know her. She was a mentor, a teacher, and most of all, a friend to me. I miss her with every beat of my heart and wish that the people of this world hadn't been so unjust to her. I pray that all of you find a woman like her in your life and that everyone finds room in their hearts for just a little more kindness. She would have hated for me to speak too much about her up here. So I'm just going to start, and I hope everyone enjoys and resonates with this piece. They say I am just a woman, an emotional mess, a wild creature tamed, captured and groomed, trapped in a fancy dress. They say my heart is too soft, and then they say it's too rough, both malleable and difficult. I could never be a leader. My methods would be too tough. I cannot speak for myself. Who do I think I am? For I would be nothing, am nothing without the guidance of a man. What happened to the traditional woman? Have kids. You don't need to go outside. If we catch you even having a moment to yourself, your disdain for your children has already been implied. Wait, why would you want to stay at home? I thought you claimed to be a feminist. You need to go to work. You need to push to go far, but you can't try to get too far. You will always be dismissed. But what they tell me is wrong. This is not what I was taught. My Islam does not spin lies and deception. It doesn't want to hold me back. It doesn't want me caught. It tells me what my father tells me, what he was told by his, that I am not just a woman. I am a pearl warrior of the future and of the past. My heart is not made of concrete or clay, but by Allah, it was meant to last. That in order for me to see my future, I must travel to the past, walk amongst the oysters of my people, transported from another land. I must search among the beaches for pearls that shine bright like Asma bint Abu Bakr, who traveled deep into the night, providing food and water for when her prophet was in hiding, even though she'd never know if it would be her last day abiding on this world in which Asma bint Umays took to task to continue guiding as she traveled to the ends of Abyssinia, her fortitude never once subsiding. And I see my beloved pearl Sumayya, hands tied at wooden posts, crown of blood pooling around her body like the sea foam along the coast, circling the head of the first martyr like the hands once around her throat. Pain sharply pressing against her, soon relieved by Allah, the one she loved most. Like Amara, who fought by Muhammad's side in the battle of Uhud when the rest of the archers left arms and defied. Looking left and right, he saw she never stopped in her stride, replacing her pitcher of water with a sword. Looking as fierce as the bride who, on her wedding day, saw her newlywed husband be killed. Hakim bint al-Haris, her name shouted with the blood she spilled. 7 men against her, yet fear of her was instilled. With nothing but a tent pole, her revenge was fulfilled. Just as Khadija, a businesswoman of the highest grade, nurtured her kids all the while completing her trades, she was the backbone for her husband when he was shivering with fear, covered him in blankets and held him close, her love shining clear, supporting him when no one did, helping him with how to steer. There was no doubt her intentions were never insincere. Passed on to her daughter Fatima, a woman with the highest of knowledge and piety, regarded highly, yet chose to live a simple life in society. And beside her pearl, I see Aisha bint Abu Bakr, a scholar in medicine and poetry, her love for knowledge shining prevalent in her studies. I see another oyster containing a pearl hidden inside, clamped tightly shut, almost swept away from the tide, but peeking from beneath its shell, I see a name shining among, Ayman, the foster mother of our Prophet when he was young, the only one who saw him from his birth to his death, giving him her support until his dying breath. Her spirit like Rufaida's, who never asked payment for her service, healing people in her tent, skilled and calm, never letting her patients feel nervous. Like Asma bint Yazid, a pearl warrior in battle, bright with her armor shining, sword blazing with 1,000 suns fire, and after the death of her prophet, 81 hadith all reported by her. And the very last pearl I see before I venture home is that of Khanza, our Prophet's beloved poetess, sinking deeper into the loam. I see her love for her deceased brothers shining through her poetry, her pieces so beautifully painful, forever living on as her legacy. I set her pearl down with care, so it may be swept back into the sea, carrying her and so many others far beyond my reach, so that it may end up somewhere else for another woman to hold as their devotee. I will not forget them, their names etched into my memory. I will never let them go and hold on to them and so many more eternally. So no, I am not just a woman. I am a pearl warrior of the future and of the past. My heart is not made of concrete or clay, but by Allah it was meant to last. My brain is not covered by what I wear on my head. My thoughts aren't shrouded. I have no wounds that gleam red. Why are you so upset that I want to cover myself instead? I am not in awe of what you say. I'm not hanging on to what you said. Like my grandmother and mother and all those women before me who held fast to their faith, followed on the path of our Nabi, I want to see those women, pearl warriors of the past and of the future. I want to see them flourish, their stories told far and wide, beloved to all those that knew her. And when I see my pearl warriors of the future and of the past, I know our legacies, just like our hearts, were forever meant to last. Jazakallah khair.